What is up, beauties? My name, of course, is Burnsy, and welcome to YouTube Stories number 4, the worst network on YouTube. And today it might sound like I'm going to throw some people under the bus, but I promise you I have no hard feelings towards anyone that I may mention in this video. So let's get started. So first I'm going to let you know what exactly a YouTube network is. They're most commonly referred to as MCNs, or multi-channel networks. They are third-party service providers that affiliate with multiple YouTube channels to offer services that may include audience development, content programming, creator collaborations, digital rights management, monetization, and or sales. And they do take a percentage of your YouTube revenue every single month, depending upon what your contract looks like. Now, let's rewind all the way back before I was ever partnered on YouTube. The MCN, or YouTube network, that people most wanted to be a part of was Machinima. They were the golden goose, they were the gold standard, they were where you wanted to be. They were the first to do it, and everyone wanted in. So being an amateur YouTuber with no business sense whatsoever, I was clueless on how to become a part of Machinima. Do they contact me? Do I reach out to them? I have no idea. My videos are starting to get popular and I'm not really hearing anything, and along comes something I like to call a sub-network, and what I would consider today to be an absolute scam. So let's take the network that I'm with now, full screen. They had sub-networks, and that sub-network that contacted me was Yoush. You probably have heard this name if you've been around since the beginning or around YouTube in its early days. Yoush. It was gaming only content. They had like Yoush Sports, Yoush Call of Duty, etc., etc. And thinking back on it now, this makes absolutely zero sense why these sub-networks would even exist other than to skim money off of YouTubers just getting started. So before full screen, the network that contacted me, which now we know was just a sub-network, was Yoush. And looking back on it, I should have never even considered them, but once again, zero business sense, amateur YouTuber, no idea what I'm doing, want to make money making videos, it sounds fantastic, and so I signed right on. So how did I get in contact with Yoush, or how did they get in contact with me? Well, this is the part where it's going to sound like I'm throwing people under the bus, but I promise you I'm not. I'm sitting around one day and get a Skype message from Jimmy, or Chaos X Silencer. So he's one of my best friends on YouTube. I've known him the longest out of anyone I've known anyone on this site. And he hits me up and he says, "Hey, would you like to make money on your YouTube videos?" And of course I said, "Absolutely, I would love to do that. Sounds fantastic." He said, "Well, I'm the partnering manager of Yoush." And my first reaction is, what in the fuck is Yoush? I've only heard of Machinima, but hey, they haven't bothered to hit me up, so I am very interested, sir. So he runs me through the contract, which I didn't read because I'm an idiot. I'm an eager beaver, delighted and excited to become a YouTube money horse sellout. Sign me up. Oh my goodness, it's a 60-40 split. I did not see that in the contract that I did not read. What does that mean? That means for every dollar I make, they take 40 cents. And I know what you're thinking, Burns, wow, what a moron. And you are correct, sir, I am a moron. I should have read that contract. I know 40 cents for every dollar I make goes to them, and that sounds terrible, but it sounds even worse when you put it in bigger numbers, like, wow, I made $10,000 this month. Oh my god, Yoush says, "Thank you for that $4,000 paycheck, I'll be right on my way." So as you can see, I'm completely bent over the table, looking over my shoulder at Yoush, saying, "Thank you, sir, may I have another?" Because I am completely naive to the fact that this is a 60-40 split and they're making a good amount of money off of me. All that I care about is, wow, I'm getting paid to make videos. I have no idea that I'm most certainly getting screwed. But I do have to admit, I was kind of mesmerized by the community that they surrounded themselves with. I was making friends, I was finding people to collab with, and it just seemed like an overall positive experience for me. And so when Machinima did come knocking on my door, Ricky, who used to work there, hit me up on Twitter and said, "Hey man, we would love to have you over here at Machinima. We're going to give you a better deal. You're going to be making more money." And I am a loyal person to a fault, so I say, you know, these people are my friends. They gave me my first real shot to be partnered on YouTube, and I can't just leave. So I rejected Machinima, which you're probably thinking once again, Burns, you're a moron. But let me remind you that Machinima no longer exists, and neither does Yoush. Now, there were other positives besides making great friends and feeling like you were a part of a community, is that they did have benefits when it came to events. I had a media pass for PAX West, so I can go anywhere, anytime I want, and get access to anyone. I have a big old media badge on my chest. And so I felt like I'm a part of a legitimate organization that is growing and is going to be a huge success on YouTube. But here are my problems on how they operated their business. Have you ever heard the phrase quality over quantity? They did not follow this set of rules, not in the least bit. They would sign anyone and everyone. It didn't matter if you were getting 43 views on a Halo 3 video or Call of Duty video. If you were making gaming content, they would sign you up. They wanted every penny they could get their hands on. So in my opinion, that's giving someone a false sense of accomplishment. If you're getting like 23 views, you're not there yet. You're just not. And so what they should have been doing is looking for people that are up and coming, which they did with me because I was starting to get a lot of views and they scooped me up as fast as they could. But after that, they just, anyone, you got 100 views, we want you. And in my opinion, that's unfair to a content creator. They should be able to continue to grow their channel, and when they get to a point where they would be a successful partner, they should have options to where they want to go, and they should have to negotiate for you with other companies. And I also think that they took advantage of the whole getting partnered craze. Everyone wanted to be partnered. It just gave you some legitimacy on your YouTube channel. And so they would just scoop you up. They make you feel like you're the next big shot when you may or may not be. And like I said before, a false sense of accomplishment. So I'm not exactly sure how long I was with just Yoush, but if it wasn't for Jimmy, remember earlier he was the partnering manager for Yoush, if it wasn't for him, I probably would have been stuck in this garbage contract and garbage situation indefinitely. I'm not afraid to admit at this time I was a complete amateur when it came to business. No clue what I was doing. And thankfully, Jimmy is like a father figure to me when it comes to YouTube. He always has looked out for me, always. And so he came to me and he said, look man, you're just exploding on YouTube right now and this is a garbage contract for you, and I'm leaving Yoush and we're just gonna go to full screen and we're gonna get you a proper contract. And I said, well, I want at least 90%, man. Then if it's 60-40, I'm just being notified that my contract is a very bad. And I said, I want at least 90%, I want a signing bonus. And so he ended up working out something for me, and Yoush was pretty much done for. Or were they? So anyone and everyone that was seeing decent amount of success on Yoush was bouncing as fast as they could to a network that would give them a proper contract. So they were losing all of their top talent, and basically it was just like, well, we lost all of our top talent, it's time to scoop up some more people who are getting 123 views on a video. So they scooped up a bunch of people that had no business being partnered at the time, and they just slowly faded away and disappeared and dissolved. I don't know the story of what exactly happened to them, but they no longer exist. I'm almost positive that Jimmy has the juicy details on all of this, so if you'd like him to come on to some YouTube stories, just hit him up on the Twitter or hit him up on the YouTube comments on his channel. Let him know you want to know the dirty details, because I certainly do. The only big juicy detail that I do have directly affected me, and once again, Jimmy to the rescue. I would have never known about this unless it was for Jimmy. Big time savior. Can I get some love for him in the comments section, please? But he came to me one day, and this is when I wasn't doing videos anymore. I just wasn't on YouTube. And he came to me and he says, something interesting I found out today, Burns. Something very interesting that I was notified by the network that I'm a part of now. He said, Yoush withheld money from you. $12,000 they withheld from you. So you're getting a check here. Check your PayPal. So yeah, for years I just had no idea that they basically stole $12,000 from me. And I have no idea if they suffered any repercussions from Fullscreen for doing that, because remember, they were a sub-network of Fullscreen, so I imagine they suffered some sort of consequence for withholding money from a partner. But honestly, I didn't really care. I took my $12,000 and was on my merry way. I didn't want anything to do with this network. I didn't want anything to do with the people that might still be a part of it. I said, give me my money, I'm done, and let's move on. So the lesson of this video is that if you are going to be on YouTube and your goal is to make money or make a living out of it, do be aware that there are going to be people out there that will try to screw you. They will take advantage of your business ignorance, and they will take it all the way to the bank. Which makes me really worry for the younger people out there that are in grade school, middle school, high school, college right now that might be thinking, I want to do YouTube, and there are plenty of them. My fiance is a elementary school teacher, and when you ask them, what do you want to be when you grow up, the number one answer is either a Twitch streamer or a YouTuber, and just based on my experience, they're going to get eaten alive if they have no idea how business works on the internet or on YouTube specifically. But hey, that's just life. You win sometimes, you lose sometimes, you make mistakes, and you hopefully learn from them. And I'm just here to share my experiences with you so you don't make the same mistakes that I did. Read your contracts, children, and have yourself a beautiful rest of your day. Thank you for stopping by. Leave a like rating below if you enjoyed. Maybe a comment to say hello to me. And I will see you next time. Bye!